Aerial resources have been dispatched to the Garden Route District Municipality after veld fires flared up today. SANParks has deployed ground teams to the areas. Meanwhile, strong winds in the Tsitsikama area in the Eastern Cape have also caused fires to flare up there, with residents of Clarkson near Stormsriver being evacuated. Our reporter Iviwe Poti is covering that story and joins us now from Tsitsikama. Iviwe, tell us, how widespread are these fires, and are our firefighters winning the battle against this disaster?
Well, the situation does remain a bit tense right now in terms of the fires spreading very wide and at a fast pace. Definitely the winds are blowing westerly, which isn't necessarily in the favor of the firefighters today, and as well as tomorrow we'll still monitor what the situation is like. But as you can see where we are right now, the fires have managed to come through to a lot of the forestry areas. We'll remember that this area is dominated by forestry, specifically pine trees, which are very flammable, which also kind of makes the situation a bit more tense and tough. But firefighters are doing their best. I do know that there's about 300 people on the ground, and there were 4 choppers in the air from earlier on this morning. The N2 was closed earlier when the Stormsriver petrol station seemed to be under threat. We are, however, going to speak to Butkanyisa from Disaster Management, who's going to tell us a bit more in terms of the evacuations that happened earlier, about how many people were affected, what the situation has been like the whole day today.
Okay. The problem that we faced during the day today was to evacuate the community of Clarkson and also the community of Petroport. There's a community that next to the Petroport, which is Toniam. Those are the 2 communities that we had to evacuate. We evacuated them to the community halls in both areas, and then from there, but it was not a matter of the whole day. It was just for a few hours, and then they went back to their houses. At Clarkson, plus minus 10 houses that we had to evacuate, and then at Toniam it's also plus minus 15 houses that we had to evacuate. Then I didn't count the number they had per household, but per houses it was also 10 and 15. Then the situation now that we are faced is, yes, we are still under threat. Some of our communities are still under threat, but we are managing with limited resources as we have, but with the assistance of the SANDF with 2 choppers and also the MTO with 2, and also requesting some local municipalities within the district municipality, as far as Makana, Ndlambe, Blue Crane municipality, and also the neighboring one from Kokama, which is Kocha. And we're also trying now to source Nelson Mandela Metro to come in also to assist with their firefighting teams. By the time I spoke to the PDMC, they were indicating that there are chances that the Nelson Mandela Metro will be also here today, because we are still within the danger zone when it comes to the fires. Tomorrow it's in the red zone when it comes to fires. So we're still struggling, but our resources are stretched. We appeal to people with resources to assist. The local municipality is trying, and also with the help of the district municipality and also intervention from provincial disaster management.
And then when we speak to red zone, in terms of layman language for people who are sitting at home watching TV, and specifically also reaching out to the people of this community who keep going back to their homes, although it seems to be a bit dangerous at this time, what does red zone mean? Red
zone means you are not allowed to make any fires. Those braais, you cannot make those fires because the wind and also the direction of the wind can make anything happen. So we don't allow any fires, braai or whatever fire. We can just be within the doors, make those fires.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, there we have it from Disaster Management, saying although the situation seems to be, they are managing with the situation. It's not necessarily under control. They are managing with the situation. They're still calling out for more assistance. Right now, they do have about 300 people on the ground and 4 choppers, but the choppers aren't in the air right now. As you can see, it's very smoky and heavily smoky. But throughout the night, we'll be bringing you more as the winds might change later on, and as well it is expected to change to easterly tomorrow morning, which has been identified as a red zone. So we'll be monitoring the situation and be bringing you more.
Thank you very much indeed.